Okay, this is basically the introduction to rectangular coordinate systems, and this is kind of part two of plotting points and just learning about the graph itself, just the basics. Okay, so the last one, we had this one where we had some ordered pairs and we plotted those, and pretty much we were done. Okay, and this one they give us this equation over here, y is equal to negative 3x. Okay, and they're asking determine which of the ordered pairs are solutions. All right, well, this is pretty easy. Okay, if it's a solution, when you plug in the x and the y coordinates over here in y and x, okay, if you once you've done the multiplication, if one side equals the other side, hey, it's a solution. Okay, so and what that really means is the point will lie on the line. Okay, so to give you a kind of a little bit of a uh, taste of this, we're going to put in 3 for x and 0 for y. So we put in 0 is equal to negative 3 times 3. Okay, and when we do the math there, we're going to get 0 is equal to negative 9. Okay, well, that's not going to work. Okay, so that's not a solution. So you go into the next point. Okay, we'll put in negative 6 for y, and we'll put in 2 for x. Okay, so this is going to get negative 6 is equal to negative 3 times 2 is going to be negative 6. So, hey, that works. Okay, and the next one, same thing. You just put in 3, you put in negative 3, you put in negative 1 for x. Do the math. 3 is equal to negative 3 times negative 1 is going to give you positive 3. So check. So these two guys are solutions. All right. And we're going to do basically the same thing. Okay. We're just moving stuff around in a little different formats. Okay. So when you do this, they're giving you x here. You just need to figure out what y is. Okay. So take 6 and plug it in for x. Okay. And we'll say y is equal to 1/3 times 6 plus 5. Okay? And we'll just figure out that y is equal to 1/3 times 6 is going to be 2 plus 5, and that's going to give us y is equal to 7. So there you go. All right? Same thing with the next one. We're just going to go y is equal to 1/3. We're going to put in negative 3 plus 5. So we got y is equal to 1/3 times negative 3 is negative 1 plus 5. So y is equal to 4, and you're done. Okay? So this one, they give you y. Okay? So we'll just do the same thing. Now we'll have to move some stuff around to figure it out, but what we'll do is we'll just say 6 is equal to 1/3 x plus 5. Okay, so this is just like solving a linear equation. So subtract 5 from both sides. We'll get 1 is equal to 1/3 x. Okay, then we're going to multiply each one of these. To get rid of this 1/3, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, or basically we're just going to multiply by 3. Okay, so we'll multiply this guy by 3. All right, that's going to give us 3 over here. These 3's cancel and we get 1x or just x. So x is equal to 3, and we're done. All right. Now down here on the bottom, it's the same thing. Okay, they're giving you the x. You just plug it in here and find out what y is. So y is equal to negative 4 minus 2. So y is equal to negative 6. Okay. Put 0 in for x. Well, that's going to give you negative 2. So a lot of these you can just do in your head real quick. Okay? All right. Next thing we got is we've got this guy right here. Okay? And what we're going to do is it says complete the table of ordered pairs for the given linear solution. So all I'm going to do is the same thing I did before. I'm just going to plug in the values they give me for the coordinates, okay? So I'm going to say 2 times 0 minus 3y is equal to 6. Now I'm just going to solve for y. Well, 2 times 0 is 0, so that just goes away. So we get y, negative 3y is equal to 6. We'll divide by negative 3, okay? And we're going to get y is equal to negative 2, okay? Same thing with the next one, okay? We can put in 0 for y, okay, and then we'll solve it, all right? So that's just going to be 0, so we're going to get 2x is equal to 6. We'll divide by 2, divide by 2, and we'll get x is equal to 3, okay? And so our ordered pair is 3, 0, okay? And the last one there, okay, move on to the other side. They give us 2 for y, so we're going to say 2x minus 3 times 2 is equal to 6, all right? Now, do the math real quick. Minus 6 is equal to 6. Now add 6. And you'll get 2x is equal to 12. Divide by 2. And you get x is equal to 6. And we're done. Okay? Now this last one is a little tricky because a lot of students don't like this because you're given an equation up here. Okay? But they haven't given you any coordinates here. All right. Now remember, you only need 2 points to make a line. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to choose some points. Now I can choose points for x or y, but what I'm going to do is I want to choose easy ones like I'm going to choose coordinates for x like 0 and 1. Okay. And I can do the same thing with y. Okay, this is kind of set up for, it'll be easier just to pick x coordinates in this one. Sometimes it's easier to pick y, but it just depends on how the equation is set up for you. So let's put 0 in for x. Well, you know, when you put 0 in for x over here, okay, that's just going to be 0, so you're going to get y is equal to 2. Okay? Then choose you another one, okay? You could say, well, I'll put in 1 for x, okay? Or in this case, what I'm going to do is instead of picking 1, I'm going to choose numbers that are divisible by 3, okay? So numbers that are divisible by 3 is like 3, 6. I could choose negative numbers like negative 3 and negative 6 or whatever it is that I want to do. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I got a little ahead of myself here, is I'm going to choose just an easy number like 3. Okay, so when I get y is equal to negative 1 over 3 times 3 plus 2. Okay, well, negative 1/3 times 3 is going to be negative 1. Or you can just look at it and say, oh, these will just cancel out. Okay, and I get negative 1 plus 2. So my answer is going to be 1. Okay, now, all I'm going to do is plot these 2 points. So 0, 2, remember, start here at the origin. You're already at 0, go up to 2 and make you a little point there. Okay, then I'm going to go over to 3 and up to 1, and I'm going to make a point there. Okay, now you're going to have to forgive me because I'm not very good at this. I am going to just connect the dots here. Okay, yeah, and that's pretty bad. All right, but that's as best as I can do without a straight edge. Okay, so that's the line. Now these arrows that I put here just means the line's continuing out that way and that way infinitely. Okay, all right, hope that helps. Good luck.